So if you are someone right now who's trying to secure a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X at a reasonable price, not one that's 2 to 3 times the amount of the asking rate right now, you're probably not having a lot of fun hearing about how much money some of these scalpers are making online right now, especially since they keep kind of posting on different advertisements, Facebook and other places saying, come to us and we'll help you make a ton of money. Well, turns out sometimes karma hits even them, and you might get a kick out of today's video if you're just having a frustrating time trying to get past some of these scalpers. Guys, enjoy these videos. Make sure you hit the like button down below, helps out a ton. And if you're new here to the Spawn Wave Plus channel, make sure you subscribe down below. We're coming up on 100,000 subscribers here on this channel, so thank you to everyone who has subscribed here. Let's go over to Video Games Chronicle, who sets up this story very nicely. They say, a scalper group targeting next-gen console shortages has claimed it obtained more than 1,000 Xbox Series X consoles on Sunday. This is Crep Chief Notify, like I said, who we covered. They have been mostly targeting PlayStation 5 systems, at least that's what was in the news, but they have been also keeping their eye on the Xbox Series X, because while it doesn't sell for as much over what its initial MSRP is supposed to be compared to the PS5, they still become available, and there is still, I guess, some profit to make there. I've seen them like $850, $900 on eBay, so there's still something there. And they decided to gloat about it on social media, which for them makes sense, because remember, Crep Chief Notify is a business. They need people to subscribe to their business for the, I think, $30 or $40 per month so that they can make money from them. Of course, they're also buying these systems and flipping them themselves, but if they can have a large user base paying them every month, that's probably, to be honest, better for them anyway, because there will be other things to resell after the PS5 and the Xbox Series X kind of settle down. But they say, we just notified our members of an Xbox Series X restock on a very well-known online retailer. They have now managed to secure over 1,000 plus today, and there's still many hours left. You snooze, you lose. That's right. If you weren't there at the exact second that it went up with your own workaround, possible retail bots ready to go, well, you lose. But what do you think happened after this? 1,000 plus systems were just ordered out of nowhere right away when this retailer went live with it. Well, let's take a look at what Sky News had to say about this the next day. Online retailer Very cancels orders placed by scalpers for over 1,000 consoles. Now, this is the funny part. This happened after Crep Chief Notify went online to brag about securing the 1,000 plus consoles. That's probably not a great look, I would say, for their group, and there are other groups. It's just Crep Chief Notify is being very loud right now because they are in the news quite a bit. I mean, a lot of people are talking about them being able to get so many thousands of systems without bot software, which, all right, so initially they said they used bot software. They helped their members set up bot software, and then they said they didn't. I feel like they do use bot software. They just don't want to admit it. Some kind of checkout trainer or something that gets you through the checkout process exceptionally quickly. But they say here, they have a workaround apparently. This business claimed to have exploited a link to make high-volume orders from the British retailer Very for the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 consoles. Now, what happened here, I guess, is they found a way to get around like the limit one per household or one per address, and maybe even figured out a way to add several of them to one cart. Like, what if you could have thrown 5 PlayStation 5 systems into one checkout cart, and then you just go through it? You're probably guaranteed to get a couple of them, 2 or 3. I mean, that for them is probably a win. Even for the Series X, they'd be making some money by flipping those ones. Very says, as a result of a technical error, some people were able to place orders for PS5 and Xbox Series X consoles for a short time on Sunday. However, these items are not on sale, and affected customers have received notice that the orders have been canceled. We apologize for the confusion caused. And unfortunately, it says here, legitimate customers who did not make high-volume orders have been affected by the cancellations. Very has not confirmed what stock of the consoles it currently has in supply. Now, this is a shame, obviously, because there are probably people who went to this site when these went live and they're like, oh, finally, I can get one of these for the holidays for my kids or as a present for a sibling or something, like that. That makes sense, but they got kind of swept up in what ended up being over 1,000 orders. I don't think they had 1,000 consoles to fill, and I don't think they expected people to be able to check out multiple times in one shot. with like these systems. They probably just left it open by accident, it seems, with no limit, and it just exploded to over 1,000. And if it had been normal, maybe it would have been like 100 or something. I just don't think they had that many ready to go. It is funny because Sky News points out that on Crep Chief Notify's website, they say, when you join CCN, we will show you our exact methods on how our members were securing multiple orders. We'll also show you how to sell all these items too. Interesting, because I thought they were just notifying people when these things went live, right? Yeah, I'm sure there are some awesome methods in there that certainly are not bots that help you check out really, really fast available to you. And in fact, at the bottom is the company did not respond to questions Sky News sent to its Twitter account and via email. Shocking. I'm sure CCN doesn't want to get too involved with any deep conversations about what they are doing, what methods they're using, for a few reasons. One, they probably don't want to bring up the idea of them using bots again after doing it for the first time. And two, there are other groups out there, and they probably don't want to reveal all of their methods. That way the other groups can't use it against them, I guess. I mean, it's all a competitive scene right now. It was just funny to see this pop up. They go online, they get over 1,000 of these things, and they decide, oh, we'll go gloat about it online. And then what happens the next day? The retailer cancels it on them, making them look pretty bad, really. I mean, in the public eye here, even to their members. How your members felt about that one. Yeah, that must have been great. But let me know what you think about this down below. Hey, you know what? Got a little bit of karma hit the scalping market here with the reseller Crep Chief Notify having over 1,000 Xbox Series X systems canceled on them. You know, there was one interesting thing that was also brought up that I saw, where one company was actually, what they were doing was they were charging like $2,500 for a PlayStation 5 at checkout, and then they would just give you it like $2,000 back. And that is an interesting way to go about it, and I'm curious if any of you have come up with any way that these different companies can kind of circumvent botting activity or different bots. Charging way over the asking price themselves and then refunding an amount would probably throw bots off, but then that also means you have to have $2,500 ready to go for a PS5. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.